Hello students, welcome you to this session. So we are studying binomial theorems. Last class I taught the previous videos, all the results I taught and some of the basic sums we did. And just to recall some of the results, x plus a raised to n, here n is an integer, right? So a positive integer, that is it is a natural number. X plus a raised to n, the formula x raised to n plus nc1 x raised to n minus 1 into a plus nc2 x raised to n minus 2 a square plus etc. It goes on like this. And we write the general term ncr x raised to n minus r a raised to r plus finally a raised to n. So how to remember? So that I explained. X power, first your maximum, then gradually decrease. A power, first nothing, right? 0, then 1, 2, 3, then the maximum. Then nc0, nc1, etc. Finally ncn. First and last, it is 1, so we are not writing that. Even if you write, nothing wrong in that. If minus comes in the middle, alternate term, you put plus minus. Then the expansion contains n plus 1 terms, right? Then this is the r plus 1th term. Then how to find the middle term? Everything we studied. And today's result, today is just one result what we studied last class I need. That is 2 into 4 into 6 into etc. up to 2n. You are remembering it is 2 raised to n into n factorial. Okay, so with this brief introduction, just we go for a few sums. Look at this question, little different one. Find the coefficient of x raised to 10. So last class we did find the 10th term or find the 7th term. You know how to do that. Then find the middle term. But now find the coefficient of x raised to 10 in this expansion. So the power is what? 11. Power is 11 means, there are 12 terms. In that 12 terms, one term may or may not contain x raised to 10. We have to find out which term contains x raised to 10, find that term, then take the coefficient. So first you have to identify the position. Which term, whether the 7th term or the 6th term, which term contains x raised to 10, that you identify, then you can do that. Suppose the 7th term contains x raised to 10 means you find the 7th term. How can you find the 7th term? Put r equal to 6 in the general term. Then you can take the coefficient. That's a method. Okay, so please listen. So this is very useful one. Just I'm going to take one sum. The coefficient of x raised to 10 or the coefficient of x raised to 12 or coefficient of x raised to minus 5 or find the constant term. Constant term means x raised to 0. Instead of 10, there is no x term, right? So x raised to 10. Constant term, in other words, they can say the term independent of x. The term independent of x. That means there is no x term. So that means x raised to 0. Instead of 10, it should be what? 0. Okay. That's the only change. But the method same for every question. So listen, be attentive, try to understand. So what is given here? 2x square minus 3 by x raised to 11, right? Compare with the standard form x plus a raised to n. X is the first term, 2x square. A is the second term with sign, minus 3 by x. And n is the power, it is 11. It is odd or even, we don't want here. For middle term, we need that. Because for middle term, odd, we have a method. Even, we have another one, right? 1 middle term, 2 middle term, everything is different. So we write the general term now. T r plus 1 is equal to, what's the formula? NCR x raised to n minus r a raised to r. Substitute the known values, n value 11, 11CR. X is 2x square raised to n minus r, n is 11, 11 minus r, into a raised to r, minus 3 by x raised to r. For these type questions means what I said now, equate the coefficient, find the coefficient of x raised to 10, the coefficient of x raised to 5 or x raised to minus 7, or find the constant term, or find the term independent of x. For any question of this type, the method is, after writing the general term, you combine all the x power. There should be only one x. X raised to something. Suppose x is in the denominator, numerator. Combine everything. You have the laws of indices, right? A raised to m into a raised to n, a raised to m plus n, a raised to m by a raised to n, a raised to m minus n, a raised to m the whole power n, a raised to mn, right? So using that, there should be only one x. So here you can see x is here, x is here. You should combine and see that you are getting only one x. I'll tell you why, what's the reason for that. 11cr, 2 raised to 11 minus r, x raised to 2 into 11 minus r, multiply 2 into 11, 22 minus 2r. Hope you understood. Minus 3 raised to r by x raised to r. Now listen carefully. 11cr minus 3 raised to r, 2 raised to 11 minus r. Now these two we are going to combine. This is of the type a raised to m by a raised to n. So a raised to m minus n. So x raised to m minus n. What is that? 22 minus 2r minus r. This r goes there, right? So what you are getting? 22 minus 3r. Up to this, it is common for any question of this type. Anything let them ask. X raised to any power or the constant term, in other words, term independent of x, you should do like this. Find the general term and don't stop there. You rewrite. See that there is only one x term. Why, Now, question of x raised to 10, equate the power with 10. Equate the power, whatever you get here. If the question is find the coefficient of x raised to 10, equate the power with 10. For x raised to 5, equate the power with 5. X raised to minus 7, equate the power with minus 7. Constant, there is no x. That means equate the power with what? 0. That's all. Now listen here. This is equation number 1. In this question, coefficient of x raised to 10. So that's the reason we said only one x should be there. Then only you'll get the power, right? X raised to 10. So put 22 minus 3r equal to 10. So minus 3r take here, plus 3r is equal to 22 minus 10, it is 12. So r is equal to 12 by 3, you are getting r equal to 4. You must get a whole number, you will get a positive integer. If you get some fraction, that means there is no term which contains x raised to 10. Right? Here what's the meaning, r is 4. So instead of r you put 4, r plus 1. The fifth term contains x raised to 10. Fifth term contains x raised to 10. Imagine suppose r is equal to 6. 6 plus 1. Seventh term contains x raised to 10. Suppose r is 6.5. 6.5 plus 1. 7.5th term contains x. It won't be there, right? So r should not be a fraction. If r is a fraction, you say in the expansion there is no x raised to 10 term. Hope you understood that. Now r equal to 4, substitute in the first equation, listen, r you are giving 4, so t5 is equal to 11c4 minus 3 raised to 4, 2 raised to 11 minus 4, 7, x raised to 22 minus 4, you are giving 3 4s are 12. Definitely you will get x raised to 10 only, right? Okay, now listen, 11c4 minus 3 raised to minus 4 times, so it became plus only. So it is just to write 3 raised to 4 into 2 raised to 7 into x raised to 10. So two things you got it. Which term contains x raised to 10? Fifth term contains x raised to 10. R equal to 4, so fifth term contains x raised to 10. What is the term? This is the term. Now we want coefficient. So coefficient means leave that x raised to 10. Before that what you have, that is the coefficient. Okay. Therefore, coefficient of x raised to 10 equal to 11c4 3 raised to 4 into 3 raised to 7. You can leave it. You know how to calculate it. 11c4 means 11 into 10 into 9 into 8 by 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. 3 raised to 4, 3 raised to 4 into 2 raised to 7, right? 2 raised to 7. So it depends on it. A lot of calculation, just to leave it like this. Look, another question. Find the term independent of x. Independent of x means it is same as what? Constant term. Like previous question, instead of 10 you put 0, that's all. Because constant term or independent term, independent of x, this is a method. So let us take the first one. X square minus 2 by 3x, the whole power 9. Compare with the standard form. x plus a raised to n, x is x square, a second term with sign you take minus 2 by 3x and n is the power 9. T r plus 1 is equal to the formula NCR x raised to n minus r a raised to r. Substitute n value 9CR. X means here it is x square raised to 9 minus r. A value minus 2 by 3x raised to r. Now I said don't stop here. You have to combine all the x terms or any question of this type. So 9CR x raised to, by the 2 you multiply 18 minus 2r minus 2 raised to r by 3 raised to r into x raised to r, right? You split everything. So that is 9, except that x you write everything first. 9CR minus 2 raised to r by 3 raised to r. Now you combine these two like previous question. A raised to m by a raised to n, a raised to m minus n, right? So you are getting x raised to 18 minus 2r minus r, it is minus 3r. Take it as equation number 1, tr plus 1. Now equate the power with, put x power. 18 minus 3r is equal to, depends on what they ask. Up to this it is common. In the previous question x raised to 10, then equate the power with 10. If x raised to minus 3, equate the power with minus 3. If it is the constant term or the term independent of x, meaning there is no x term, so equate the power with 0. So 18 is equal to 3r. So r is equal to 18 by 3. So r is equal to 6. It is a positive integer. It is possible. So definitely there is a term independent of x. Already I said if it is a fraction, you say there is no term independent of x. There is no constant term. Now put this value in the first equation. R equal to 6 means seventh term, right? Seventh term is the term independent of x. When you substitute, you can understand. For r you put 6. So T7 is equal to, r you are giving 6. So 9C6 minus 2 raised to 6 by 3 raised to 6 into x raised to, r is what? 6, right? 18 minus 3, 6 are 18. 18 minus 18, you must get what? 0 only, right? So any number raised to 0 is 1. So 9C6 minus 6 times plus, so 2 raised to 6 by 3 raised to 6 into x raised to 0, any number raised to 0 is 1, okay? So T7 is equal to, 9C6 can be written as more than half, so 9C3 into 2 raised to 6 by 3 raised to 6, or you can say 2 by 3 raised to 6. You can leave like this into 1, you leave it, and this is the constant term, right? So therefore the term independent of x, therefore the term independent of x equal to 9C3 2 by 3 raised to 6. Okay, so hope you understood this. Now just to explain one more question of the same type, shall we take the last one? 2x square plus 1 by x. 2x square plus 1 by x, the whole power 12, right? 2x square plus 1 by x raised to 12. The term independent of x. Listen very carefully. The second one you can try of your own. So any question, so need not be the book sound. Let them give any question, you can do that. Just try to understand the method. You can answer any question in binomial. Okay. Compare with the standard form. X plus a raised to n. X is 2x square first term. Second term is 1 by x. Here plus only. If it is minus, you take minus also. N is 12. So tr plus 1 is equal to, what's the formula? NCR x raised to n minus r, a raised to r, right? Substitute. N is 12CR, x is 2x square raised to 12 minus r, a 1 by x raised to r. So combine x terms, right? So 12CR, 2 raised to 12 minus r, x raised to, by the 2, the power 2, x square raised to, so 2 into, multiply 24 minus 2r. 1 raised to r is 1 by x raised to r. Now what you are getting? 12CR, 2 raised to 12 minus R, x raised to 24 minus 3R. Hope you understood this. A raised to m by a raised to n. This R, when it goes up, minus R, so minus 3R. Take it as equation number 1. This is TR plus 1. The constant term they ask, that is a term independent of x. So equate the power, x power, that is 24 minus 3R is equal to 0. So 24 is equal to 3R. So you are getting R is equal to 24 by 3. So you are getting R equal to 8. Substitute in the first equation. T9 is equal to, R is 8. So T9 is equal to 12C8. 2 raised to 12 minus 8 is 4 into x raised to 24 minus 8 3s are 24, right? You must get 0. Any number is 0 is 1. So 12C8 into 2 raised to 4. Any number raised to 0 is 1. This is your answer, can be simplified. 12C8 is same as 12C4, right? Into 2 raised to 4 is 16. Very small calculation. If you want, you can do that. 16 into 12C4. Start with 12, reduce 1 by 1, 3 times. So 12 into 11 into 10 into 9 by 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. 3 4s are 12. 2 table you cancel 8. 8 into 11. 88 into 9. 72, 79, right? Into 10, 1 0. So 7920. So this is the coefficient. This is the what? The constant term or the term independent of x. So the final answer. Therefore, term independent of x. 7920. Okay, hope you understood this one. So that's somewhat I left out, you can try. Okay, listen, the seventh question. Show that the middle term in the expansion of 1 plus x raised to 2n is 1 into 3 into 5 into etc. up to this. Okay, so this is the answer. Find the middle term in the expansion of. Listen carefully. So what is given here? 1 plus x raised to 2n. Find the middle term. Okay, you know. So compare with the standard form, x plus a raised to n. First term is x, whatever it is. Even x is the second one, don't take it as x. First term is x. 1 plus x and x plus 1 are same, but the position changes. Okay. So first term, x is 1, a is x, n is 2n. It is even. Why I am writing even? Because middle term, we see odd or even, right? So tr plus 1, the formula ncr, x raised to n minus r, a raised to r, right? So we want the middle to substitute the values. tr plus 1 is equal to n is 2n cr, x is 1 raised to 2n minus r, a value x raised to r, right? 1 raised to any number is 1. So tr plus 1 is 2n cr, 1 raised to any number is 1. Leave it into x raised to r. This is what we have, t general term, right? Now we want the middle term. Listen, here n is even, so there is only one middle term, n by 2 plus 1th term, this actual formula. But instead of n, what you have here, it is 2n. So that is, in this case, 2n by 2 plus 1th term. 2 cancel, you are getting tn plus 1. You are supposed to find tn plus 1. You know tr plus 1. tr plus 1, you know. How can you find tn plus 1? Instead of r, you put n, right? So replace r by n in the first equation. In the first equation, wherever r comes, you put n. So you will get the middle term. So middle term is, for r you put n, tn plus 1 is equal to, tn plus 1 is equal to 2n cn x raised to n, right? 2n cn x raised to n. This is the middle term. This is the middle term. But we want the answer in some other form. To what answer you are getting? 2n cn x raised to n. Yes, x raised to n is there, but all other things they changed, right? So we have to expand and we have to get this answer. Now please listen how to do this. Now only you need the formula for NCR. What's the formula for NCR? N factorial by R factorial into N minus R factorial. See? So this is of the type NCR. So N factorial, 2N factorial, put a bracket, otherwise 2N, if you write like this, 2 into N factorial. Factorial is only for N. No, this is 2N factorial. By R factorial, that is N factorial, into N minus R, subtract it, 2N minus N. 2N minus N is 1N, N factorial, into X raised to N. Now listen, to get the answer, so prove that question, so you have to get that answer. 5 factorial means 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, right? 10 factorial means 1 into 2 into up to 10. 2N factorial means 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into etc. up to what? 2N. The previous term 2N minus 1. Remaining and all no change. X raised to N by N factorial into N factorial. Now, the 1 to 2N. So there I am splitting into 2. Odd numbers separately. 1, 3, 5, etc. 2N is even number. So 2N minus 1 is odd number. Okay, this is one set into what I left out. Now all the even numbers 2, 4, 6, etc. up to 2N, right? Remaining no change. X raised to N by N factorial into N factorial. Now the last step, listen. 1 into 3 into 5 into etc. 2N minus 1. This one I asked you to learn that, right? 2, 4, 6, etc. 2N. What is that? 2 raised to N into N factorial. Into what is we have? X raised to N divided by N factorial into N factorial. 1 N factorial cancel. This is the answer you are supposed to get. So your answer is 1 into 3 into 5 into etc. up to 2N minus 1 into X raised to N into 2 raised to N is also there, right? First you write 2 raised to N into X raised to N by N factorial. 2 raised to N, X raised to N, yes. So we are getting that answer, right? 2 raised to N, X raised to N by N factorial. Here 1 into 3 into 5 into etc. up to 2N minus 1. So hope you understood this one. Look again. Compare with the standard form X plus A raised to N. Write the general form. Substitute. 1 raised to any number is 1. Leave it. Okay, you get equation number 1. We want the middle term. Here N is even, so there is only one middle term. What is the position? N by 2 plus 1th term. Instead of N, we have 2N. So 2N by 2 plus 1th term. That is, you have to get the N plus 1th term. You know R plus 1th term. To find N plus 1th term for R, you put N. So this is what you are getting, but our answer is not in this form. So we change that combination, NCR, that formula we use it. The 2N factorial is split, 1 into 2 into etc. up to 2N. Group odd numbers separately, even numbers separately. In the answer we need the odd numbers. Even numbers 2, 4, 6, etc. 2N is 2 raised to N into N factorial. Cancel one N factorial, you are getting the answer, okay? So just to explain one more question, listen. Prove that the term independent of x in the expansion of this x plus 1 by x raised to 2n is this one. Similar answer 1, 3, 5, etc. Right? Okay, now please listen here. So compare with the standard form x plus a raised to n. X is x only, a is 1 by x, n is 2n, right? So the term independent of x they ask, so you know the method. General term t r plus 1. T r plus 1 is what? N c r x raised to n minus r a raised to r. Substitute. N is 2ncr, x is x only, in this case x is x only, raised to 2n minus r, a raised to r, a is 1 by x, raised to r. You know, the term independent of x are some coefficient of, so here there should be only one x, right? So that x powers you have to simplify, you have to combine. 2ncr, x raised to 2n minus r, 1 raised to r, 1, by x raised to r. So 2ncr x raised to 2n minus r, one more minus r, a raised to m by a raised to n, right? 2r you will get, minus 2r. So take this as equation number 1. Here they didn't ask you to take the middle term. The term independent of x, means equate the power with what? 0. So put 2n minus 2r is equal to 0. 2n is equal to 2r. Cancel 2, you are getting r is equal to n. So substitute in the first equation. Wherever r comes, you put n. So Tn plus 1 equal to. For r, you put n. 2n Cn x raised to 2n minus 2n. For r, you put n. 2n minus 2n is 0. Any number is 0 is 1. So your answer is 2n Cn into 1. That's all. This is your answer. But this is also prove that question. So 1 into 3 into 5, by seeing this itself, you should get the idea. It's a revision for you. So listen. So you know, this is NCR type. So what is NCR? It is n factorial. This is our n, right? N factorial by r factorial. This is our r. R factorial into n minus r. Subtract them. 2n minus n. That is also n factorial. Only that 2n factorial is changed. You know now 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into etc. up to 2n. Previous term 2n minus 1. Nothing else in the numerator. Divided by n factorial into n factorial. Now you combine odd number and even number separately. Odd numbers 1, 3, 5 etc. up to 2n minus 1. Odd numbers. Even number 2, 4, 6, etc. 2n, nothing left out, right? Divided by n factorial into n factorial. The first one, odd numbers, write as it is. 1, 3, 5, etc. 2n minus 1 into even numbers 2, 4, 6, etc. 2n, that can be written as 2 raised to n into n factorial. That you remember, okay? Divided by n factorial into n factorial. 1 n factorial cancel. So see what you are getting now. 1 into 3 into 5 into etc. up to 2n minus 1 into 2 raised to n divided by n factorial. 2 raised to n by n factorial. Then 1 into 3 into etc. up to what? 2n minus 1. Okay, so hope you understood this one. So this is a very important type question. So go through all the theory part. Once you're thorough with the theory part, you can answer any questions. So major thing, first you compare with the standard form. What is standard form? X plus a raised to n. First term you take it as x, second term you take it as a, and the power you take it as n. Based on that only we have taken all the formula. Then the general form, TR plus 1. NCR, x raised to n minus r, a raised to r. That's very important one. In every sum we use that, right? With the expansion, that is different in all the sums we use. Then how to find the middle term? That is one type of question. Middle term, you have to be very careful in that one. If n is even, there is only one middle term, n by 2 plus 1th term. If n is odd, there are two middle terms. N plus 1 by 2th, n plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. Then how can you find the 10th term? Put r equal to 9 in the general term, right? Then finally, how to find the middle term we studied? Then the term independent of x or the coefficient of some number. So same method, our general term you find out, then you combine all the x power and equate the power with that number. X raised to 10 means equate the power with 10. X raised to minus 12 means equate the power with minus 12. If they ask the constant term or the term independent of x, equate the power with 0. You find r value, r must be a positive integer. If it is some fraction, you say that term does not exist. So, and you can find that one. Then finally, the last two questions we did know how to simplify. By seeing the question, you can understand 1 into 3 into 5 into, if it comes like this, yes, you know, the combination you expand it. Then 2n factorial, that only we are doing that, right? 2n factorial. 1 into 2 into 3 into etc. up to 2n. Write the previous term also because we are going to split odd number, even number. 2n is even number. The previous one, 2n minus 1 is odd number. Group the odd number separately, even number separately. For that even number, you have a form result, right? 2 raised to n into n factorial. Then anything cancel, you cancel and you write. Okay, so with this idea, I'm sure you can answer any question in binomial theorem. Okay, binomial theorem for rational numbers we'll study later. This is for binomial theorem for positive integer. If the power is n belongs to a natural number. Okay, we'll continue the next video.